Welcome back, everybody, to our fourth NFL podcast. My name is Matthew. This is Ben.
Hello.
So we are right after the championship weekend, right before the Pro Bowl, and so we got today are the bad calls. We're gonna be just discussing them from the Saints-Rams game, the Patriots-Chiefs game. Then we're going to debate whether or not the Rams deserve to be in the Super Bowl in general. Yeah, we'll say if the Chiefs deserved it or not.
I think they did too, but
next we're gonna talk about the Pro Bowl weekend. This isn't gonna be too serious. Like, obviously, there's no real analytics on how we can predict who's gonna win the Pro Bowl. It's just kind of who tries more. I feel like will win the Pro Bowl. And then lastly, we're gonna be doing our top 10 games of the year. So obviously, the Super Bowl, Super Bowl is usually one of the best games of the year, but I mean, who knows? Maybe this year it won't be.
okay. Let's start it off with the no-call Saints-Rams game. Okay. Saints should have won that game. That was a terrible call. There was 2 calls he missed on the play, head-to-head. That would have been a first down. And pass interference, which would also be a first down.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Sean McVay said, "Oh, I like how the refs let us play today, like after the game."
Mm-hmm.
And in the corner, I think it was Nickel Roby.
Yeah, Nickel Roby.
He was like, "Oh, that was PI. I was looking for a flag all around." And then he said like something like the ref said, "Low key, you tipped it" or something like that. So.
Yeah, I mean, they did miss a couple like calls on that went against the Rams earlier, but I think no matter how you call the game, that's just a given. You have to call that play in that case scenario. I don't think maybe if the ball got to Tommy Lee Lewis and then he hit him like at the same time, that probably would have been fine. But the fact that he did it and a good half second went by until the ball actually got there, I think that's definitely a blatant flag, and there's no way you can't call that.
Yep, and now we have to deal with at our school like there's a bunch of bandwagon Rams fans now.
We live in kind of the area.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say where we live.
Okay, so is that enough about that one? Saints should be in the Super Bowl.
Saints should be in the Super Bowl. They should be going against Tom Brady, and this will be like the old man Super Bowl, but it's not.
If they would have made the Super Bowl unless Will Lutz either got his kick like from 23 yards blocked or he missed it, but I doubt either of those would have happened since he hit the one from I think it was like 37 or something. So Saints should be in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, so we're both saying Rams don't deserve to be in it.
Yeah, Rams do not deserve to.
How about a little quick prediction? Who would have won between Saints and Patriots?
Saints. It would have been a good game.
But it would have been a lot better game than I think than the one we're about to have.
Oh, okay. Well, this is a little spoiler alert and next week, but I think the Patriots are going to win by 2 or 3 touchdowns.
Honestly, I agree, but let's keep that as a little towards next week.
Okay, so we'll go to the Chiefs. Oh yeah, it's going. We'll move on to the Chiefs-Patriots game. We'll start with the one with Julian Edelman on the...
Which one? No, the punt?
Yeah. Okay, so on that, it should have been the Chiefs' ball. But it didn't really affect it because they ended up getting the interception, and I think they scored a touchdown on that drive. So did it affect them? Not really.
No.
But
it'd be unfair to say that the
it's
Chiefs...
still a bad call.
Yeah, you can't say the Chiefs lost the game because of that, because they literally got the ball
but there
right
was
back.
Another bad call that you could say they lost because of it.
Yeah, the
Hogan
one-handed catch. That, I don't know, they call that incomplete in like every single situation now, but I don't know really what happened there.
I don't either. So you can literally make a case for all 4 teams being in. And... what do you think? Do you think if the Hogan had not gotten that call, do you think the Chiefs would have won?
No, I think it's still the same because it was still in regulation.
But wasn't it 3rd down?
Yeah, but, I mean, 4th down, like, they converted a lot of, like, 3rd and 10s. But that's hard to say.
4th and 10, do you think they would have gone for it, punted, or what?
Let's see, they were down by 4. Yeah, well, yeah, they'd go for it because they're down by 4. So do you think they would have gone that 4th and 10, basically?
Yeah, even if they did, I don't think they would win. I think that call gave them like a bunch of momentum.
Mm-hmm.
And that just carried them into the win. And I knew in overtime, whoever got the ball
whoever
was
got
winning.
the ball first, yeah.
So, another thing we could talk about, this is kind of off script. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll finish the calls, but do you think the overtime rule should be changed?
Yeah, I think for it to be more fair, for both teams, overtime needs to change. I think as a viewer, I feel like it would be more entertaining to have the game continue on. Like, honestly, I would say why not just make it college football rules? I think that would be perfect. I don't see any flaws in that for the most part.
Yeah, and then it's like if there's a good red zone defense, then they'll probably win. If there's a good red zone offense, they'll probably win.
Yeah.
And college, I love their overtime. It's fun to watch. It's like if they brought that into the NFL, that would be super cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's talk about the call on, I think it was D Ford. I don't know who it was. When he touched Tom Brady.
That was Chris Jones. They're
Chris
talking
Jones.
about the offsides. Yeah.
Across the chest.
Chris Jones. I don't know in what world you'd call that. That's. I'm not gonna call it favoritism, but that's heavily biased toward one side there. I don't know what they always talk about the phrase "bang bang play" in the NFL, but like that wasn't really bang bang. That was like him just swiped him across his chest. That wasn't really like high action movement kind of play. That was just kind of like blatant right in front of you kind of thing. That shouldn't be called.
And even if it had hit him in like the head, like I don't think that wasn't like.
Wasn't intent. No,
yeah.
I guess there's flags.
It wasn't
intentional.
Well, yeah, I know they probably would have called it. Well, they called the one across the chest, so they would have called it. But even if it was like that, wouldn't have hurt at all. Like that was like just like a little swipe.
Yeah, they call it unnecessary roughness, but there's no roughness that's involved in kind of just tapping him on the chest.
His chest.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about the D Ford? When you think it was offsides?
No.
I don't really think so either. I just kind of thought, man, it's just I've seen so many like reports saying that the refs were paid by the Patriots. I highly doubt it, but I don't know what would have gone through those refs' head making that call.
The refs were terrible this weekend.
They were.
I don't even know like all the calls to make, but I probably could have refed better than all these refs this weekend.
Yeah, like I don't know why whoever does so how it works is the refs that do like the best in the regular season get the playoffs off because you don't want to work, I guess, so you're rewarded for that. But why would you want your best refs not reffing and left with like the worst like reffing groups? So why would you like risk having this potential Super Bowl changing like call in a game like this?
Yep, it should have been the Saints and the Chiefs. Okay, do you think if they didn't call D Ford offsides, the Chiefs would have won?
Yeah, because they got a pick on that play.
Yeah.
So, and then they could have just ran the ball out, got a first down maybe, and that's game right there.
And then Saints Chiefs, who do you think would have won that?
It's so tough. Saints.
I agree. Chiefs don't have a good enough defense. Saints have at least a couple stops in them.
Yeah, and the way that the Chiefs' offense was shut down the first half, I don't think they could do that in the Super Bowl and get away with it.
Nope, especially against a better offense with the Saints. Okay, so I'm going off script again here before we go to the other thing. Okay. Do you think Drake cursed all the teams? I mean, he kind of did.
I mean, yeah, they all went into overtime.
Now, there was bad calls on both sides.
I mean,
not really the Chiefs Patriots, but
that's honestly like I didn't really believe in it. Obviously, it's not really a real thing.
But I mean,
but it's fun to like think it is. I guess. I mean, because what was the last thing that happened? The
Alabama.
Yeah.
And before that, Raptors.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's kind of all.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously it's fake, but it's just kind of fun to talk about it.
Yeah.
I guess. So Do Rams deserve to be in the Super Bowl?
No.
No, not at all.
Not even close.
Not at all. Now, people also say, like, oh, the game is supposed to be played and won in regulation. And so once it gets into overtime, at that point, it's kind of whoever wants it more on offense kind of thing. But I think, like, if you play equally during regulation, they should be equal overtime rules, such as, like, the college. Like, they both get an equal opportunity to score.
Yep. Okay, so is that all you have to say about?
Yeah.
Okay. Should we move on to the Pro Bowl?
Pro Bowl, yes.
Okay, so there is dodgeball, very entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
The precise skill or throwing or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then there's the one-hand catches for the receivers.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's kind of all for, like, the not Pro Bowl game.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we have, obviously, the Pro Bowl game.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think's going to win in dodgeball?
Such a weird question.
I think the NFC's got it.
I think the NFC does, too. I mean...
But the AFC does have Cheetah.
They do.
And Patrick Mahomes. Ooh, actually.
See, but the guys, Drew Brees, he's not doing it.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
I don't think he even went to the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, I don't blame him. I feel like every team that loses in the championship game, if they're not a young player, like rookie or second year, they, like, just don't go. Because they're just still mad about it. And because they envision themselves in the Super Bowl.
I think Tyreek Hill and Patrick Mahomes both still
'cause
see that, but,
yeah,
like, they're like,
young.
oh,
They
this
wanna
is going to be
have
fun.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
It'd get their popularity up, so...
Once they're, like, yeah, like you said, like, a few years, they'll probably, like, be like, it won't be as fun, which is why they probably won't.
Yeah, if they go to the Super Bowl next year, and then the year after they don't, then I could see them probably skipping out on it, since they kind of know what the Super Bowl vibe would be like.
Okay. The skills showdown rosters.
Kill's gonna knock them all out. I know that.
Okay, for AFC, Von Miller, Myles Garrett, Kyle Williams, Denzel Ward, Eric Ebron, James Conner, Jamal Williams, Andrew Luck, Juju Smith-Schuster, Deshaun Watson, Coach Jim Kelly, and DeMarcus Ware. So there's no Tyreek Hill or Mahomes.
Kelly. I thought you'd be in the hospital right now.
Okay, and NFC, Ryan Kerrigan, Bobby Wagner, Adam Thielen, George Kittle, Mike Evans,
over the middle.
Saquon Barkley, Russell Wilson, Cameron Jordan, Mitchell Trubisky, Akeem Hicks, Emmitt Smith, Brian Urlacher. And I just remembered something. There's one more skills. It's like where it's kind of like a tag team thing, like where the O-linemen have to do and then there's like the sprinter that goes through.
Yeah, I saw a video. What's it called?
I don't know what it's called.
Some obstacle course thing, I guess.
So who do you think's going to win that? I think it tells you, actually. Sterling events such as... Oh, catching footballs dropped by the drones. I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
Oh, 40-yard splash. It's a new challenge that puts teamwork to the test as players participate in a football-inspired take on a fire bucket brigade. Brigade. The Gridiron Gauntlet, a football-inspired relay race. That's what we were talking about. Yeah. And then precision passing, we talked about that. Best hands, that's the one-handed one.
Mm-hmm.
And epic Pro Bowl dodgeball, which is probably my favorite.
Yeah.
Isn't that today?
Yeah.
Okay, so we probably won't get this out, but we could try.
Yeah, we could try. I mean, probably won't.
You'll probably see it after. But
yeah.
These are our predictions for it.
We'll go. Yeah, this is the Thursday. This is a couple hours before it.
Dodgeball, I got NFC.
Yeah, NFC, because they got Trubisky's known for his accuracy, even though he didn't really have much.
Wilson's fast.
Wilson's
he can
fast.
avoid him and then just boom.
Honestly,
Kittle's fast.
I could see George Kittle.
Evans can just moss everyone with it.
Yeah, I feel like Kittle is gonna get full of himself and think he can catch like 6 balls at one time, and then, but hopefully he doesn't.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. What about the 40-yard splash, which is the new challenge? I don't even know.
Yeah, AFC?
AFC.
We'll just say AFC.
Okay. And the gridiron?
Gridiron.
Gridiron
It's like another name for a football field. A football relay race. AFC?
I mean,
sure.
I think the NFC's got it because I remember the AFC last year couldn't even get it started.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Kyle Williams. Kyle Williams is old. He's old as dirt.
Okay, so now that brings us to the
game.
No, not the game.
Oh, so the game.
We got the drop. The drone drop.
Drone drop.
Now, I don't know who's participating in that, but I'm going to assume Juju is.
Yeah.
And Kittle and Mike Evans?
Probably Mike Evans. I don't think
Evans.
Kittle would do that.
Okay, so who do you think would win? I got Juju.
Oh, Juju. He's a man of the people. He'll do what he has to do to win.
Yeah, okay. Now, here's the big game, the Pro Bowl.
Pro Bowl.
I think AFC because the quarterback situation.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. If you can't get it. I mean, even the quarterbacks for the NFC are good.
Dak.
Besides Dak and Trubisky.
And then it's Wilson.
Yeah, it's Wilson. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's definitely AFC.
Because they got Luck, Watson, and...
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion...
No, they got someone else.
Trubisky's...
Luck, Watson, and...
Mahomes.
Oh, yeah, Mahomes. Thank you.
In my opinion, Trubisky's not even a top half starting quarterback in the league.
Same with Dak.
Dak's probably around middle, and Russell Wilson's your only solid
Oh yeah, he's top 5.
I'll say top 5, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I'll go AFC there, just because of the quarterbacks.
Yep, I completely agree because they're playing the best defenders.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, that is done with the Pro Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have anything else? I think we're good.
That's about it.
Are we doing that or no?
Yeah, we'll do this.
Okay, so
this is our
top 10 games of
the year so far. So obviously
why
the
do you
Super
have that
Bowl.
on twice? Oh, is that playoffs?
Yeah, the playoffs. Right.
You can include playoffs in that.
Why not?
Okay.
This is excluding the Super Bowl. So if the Super Bowl is the best game of all time, then I'm sorry. So let's do an honorable mention. So
Cowboys at Giants.
Week 17 game. The only reason why I didn't crack the top 10 is because it was kind of pointless. Yeah. But it was still a great game. I mean, Pack Descott. I'm not gonna say a real name because I don't like him. Neither do you. He had a really good game. Threw that game-winning touchdown pass. That was like Patrick Mahomes in college. He threw that and just on the money.
Okay, if you're a Cowboys fan, the reason we don't like the Cowboys is...
I mean, for me personally, it's just because I'm a 49er fan, and they're the all-time rivals. They're probably have one of the biggest rivalries in NFL history, so that's just kind of why I've always hated them.
And for me, I'm a Packers fan, and my friend's a Cowboys fan, so I naturally hate them, right? And we've met in the playoffs a couple times in the last 10 years.
Yeah, they've played one of the most
played a lot of games too.
Yeah, biggest games ever, the Ice Bowl in the playoffs.
Yeah, history around it too. So that is why, and also why I hate Dak. I didn't mind him. I didn't like him being on the Cowboys first off. So that was
from
a little
the Cowboys. You're already.
And then last year in Madden, he was my starting quarterback, and he was complete garbage. He would overthrow every time.
Yeah.
So that added to it. So.
Yeah, if you're on the Cowboys. There's just already something I don't like about you.
I like Zeke because he's from Ohio State.
Dude, I don't know if I like anyone.
That's the only person I like that though.
If Leighton Vander Esch was on another team, he'd probably be one of my favorite players outside of the 49ers.
Oh, I hate him right now
in the league.
He's on
but
the
since
Cowboys,
he's on the Cowboys, I hate him.
Yep, same.
So yeah, there's that game. Next game, the Rams at the Saints. I mean, I'm talking about the one we just had, not the regular season one. Because the regular season one, yeah, the Rams came back, but it wasn't really the exciting ending that everyone thought it was going to be. And so, yeah, overtime, the controversial call. And then just the constant, the Rams were able to come back, and then Saints got the lead back, and then the Rams got the lead, and then Greg Zuerlein put it in overtime, and then Greg Zuerlein for the win. Just all that combined, I think that kind of cracks our list.
And then number 9 is the Eagles at the Bears, and this is from the playoffs.
Yeah, Walker game.
Yeah, okay, so it was a great game, back and forth all game, and then Eagles lead 16-15. Game-winning field goal. Cody Parkey, a double doink.
Yeah, I mean, the Golden Tate kind of the 4th and goal.
That was a great catch.
That's kind of why I put it. The main reason why I put it, not because I guess the kick kind of made it a little better. I guess.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, nothing much. I mean, it wasn't a really high-scoring game. It just had a really good finish. So. And the next game we got is the Chiefs at the Steelers. I feel like Week 2, yeah. I feel like not a lot of people sleep on this game. So the Chiefs got up to a 21-0 start, and then the Steelers just climbed back, like kind of just inched their way back, and then Patrick Mahomes just kind of went off and did his thing, got the win, got through 6 touchdown passes, totaling his thing to 10 after 2 weeks.
This is the game where I was like, oh, the Chiefs are here. Like, I thought it might be like this year they like show their face in the playoffs to get out in the first round. Because it was the second game we've seen Mahomes.
Yeah.
Like, the first game was great too, 4 touchdowns. But I was like, okay. So I actually watched that game because I'm like, okay, let's see what he's got.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh gosh, yeah, this is
This
great quarterback.
This
This is a legit team. I thought they were gonna go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Which we did argue they could have. So.
So our next game, number 7 on our list, is the Eagles at the Cowboys. I feel like I'm turning to the Cowboys fan of how many like good games I'm putting, but no, I'll always hate the Cowboys.
Always. So
this is the game where Amari Cooper got over 200 yards and 3 touchdowns, and
I played him in fantasy that week.
Same. I got Amari Coopered.
I won though, so.
Did I win? I feel like I lost. I don't know. But yeah, so they went into overtime, and then that chip pass at the end. If you're an Eagles fan, that's probably so hard to watch because the game's right there. That could have been a pick, I guess, if the ball was kind of bounced more of the Eagles' way. But the constant back and forth scoring all game, I think that deserves to be in the top 10.
Okay, number 6, Steelers at Saints, week 16?
16.
Okay, so this is where the Steelers, they needed to win, as they found out later.
They really needed to.
And they were right there.
My man Juju.
But we love Juju, but he fumbled and they lost. It was back and forth the whole game. They had a chance to go tie it up with a field goal, send it to overtime.
And then that fake punt that they did, that was very questionable. I don't know why I still to this day, I don't know why they do that. Fake punts don't really go for more than like a couple yards nowadays, so I'm not really sure why they did that.
Yep. Unless you got like Tyreek Hill doing it or something like.
Or I guess Johnny Hecker because he has an arm.
Well, yeah, I'm saying like on a run because then they run.
Yeah. Or I guess if you have Taysom Hill back there.
True.
And also, there's a lot of bad calls in this game. Maybe it's something about New Orleans that bad calls happen.
Yeah.
Because maybe it's all those unnatural lights or something. I don't know. That impair the rest visions.
All right, number 5, the Bears-Packers week 1.
I think a lot of people sleep on this game, too.
Because it was week 1.
Because it was week 1, yeah. A lot of people forgot about it. And, I mean, I guess it didn't really mean much to the Packers, like, in the long run. But at the time, it kind of was like, oh, Packers are back or whatever. So, I mean, and then the whole fact that Deshaun Kaiser came in and had, like, 3 turnovers in a span of, like, 2 seconds. So the fact that Aaron Rodgers could come back in that game and win it for him down 20. Even though, I mean, Kyle Fuller did have a chance to seal it. He didn't. So, I mean, we can't talk...
He left the door open and...
Yeah, we can't talk about what ifs. We need to talk about more what, like, is and what has happened, and that's what happened.
Now, I'm not going to go on a rant because it's the Packers, so I'm just going to, say Aaron Rodgers gets hurt. Sean Kaiser, 2 or 3 turnovers. And it comes back down 20 with, like, a fresh, was it sprained knee?
Yeah.
Yeah, sprained knee. Like, that's pretty crazy. Like, there's not a lot of people that would come back, especially in week 1.
Yeah, in week 1, like, I could see, like, Aaron Rodgers being like, oh, it's week 1. I should probably let this heal, so kind of save kind of save my knee so I can get better and for the rest of the season. But no, he just came back and
destroyed him.
Yeah.
And okay, one more thing. People like forget that he sprained his knee because of that.
Mhm.
And like he played with that for like a couple months. Like that's pretty crazy. Yeah, they didn't make the playoffs. Yeah, they didn't finish where they wanted to, but that's still crazy that playing with that for like 8 weeks or so.
Mhm.
Like that's crazy.
Yeah. Next game we have Chargers at the Chiefs. Week 14. 15.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah. So this game featured Phillip Rivers and Patrick Mahomes duking it out. And also, by the way, the Chiefs are in the remaining 4 games. I'll say that. So that just kind of shows you how
good they were.
Yeah, how good they were and how good Patrick Mahomes was in the moment.
And they were in there earlier against the Steelers, so they're in here 5 times.
Oh yeah. Especially Chargers and Chiefs.
That was a good game.
That was a very good game. Especially, I think what made the game is them going for 2.
Yeah.
Although it wasn't the most exciting, like 2-point conversion, it didn't feature like an insane throw off of the back foot of Phillip Rivers to Mike Williams in the back corner of the end zone, one-handed Tony toe tap. No.
Wide open.
Wide open.
The Chiefs had bad communication.
Bad coverage. That's probably one of the reasons why they fired their defensive coordinator this week, Bob Sutton. So, yeah, the way that Phillip Rivers was able to command the offense and bring him down by 14, I think they came back by in the last couple drives. So I think the pairing of all that, I think that deserved it.
Okay, Chiefs at Patriots. So that is the week 3 or week 6.
Yeah. So I was kind of debating. So next, spoiler alert, whatever. So the Patriots at Chiefs AFC Championship game. I was kind of going back and forth on where to put this, or to kind of flip flop them or whatever. But I ended up doing this. So Chiefs at Patriots week 6 featured a couple high-powered offenses. Going down to the last minute, Tom Brady executing that drive perfectly, that long pass to Gronk, then Gostkowski for the game. But Mahomes made that game very interesting, right as everyone thought the Patriots were just kind of going to run away with it. Patrick Mahomes got him back in that pass to Tyreek Hill. Like 3 or 4 minutes left. I thought that was just like, how do you do that against a Bill Belichick defense?
And Tyreek Hill had 3 touchdowns. Okay, should we move on?
Yeah.
Number 2, Patriots at Chiefs. We kind of already went over this game.
Yeah.
But it was a great game, back and forth. Refs did help the Patriots on a few calls, but overall it was a great game, and it sent the Patriots to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like you said, nothing that much to talk about since we kind of talked about earlier. But yeah, it was a good game. You can't lie as a sports fan. Even if you don't like the Patriots, you can't deny it was a very, very good game by both teams. And so lastly, our number 1 spot, I mean, what else would be here? I don't know. This is probably one of the best games in NFL history. So number 1, the Chiefs at the Rams. Week 11, I want to say. So, this was just, oh my gosh. You guys probably already know all about this. So, like all game, Patrick Mahomes and Jared Goff kind of just went back and forth, scoring. And I mean, Patrick Mahomes did have a few mistakes, especially at the end. He had like 3 or 4 total turnovers.
Yeah, 3 total turnovers. I think 2 interceptions, like in the last 5 minutes or so.
Yeah.
It was costly, but it was back and forth the whole entire game.
It was.
Definitely game of the year.
Probably, I'd say, I think it's safe to say top 5 game of all time, or since the merger at least, 1970. So
including playoffs. It's a Lakers flag.
Including playoffs, I mean, probably not including playoffs because playoffs was obviously more at stake than a regular season game. But yeah, overall, the Chiefs at Rams, the fact that it was 54-51, they scored that many points after like 5 days earlier it was scheduled to be playing in Mexico City. The fact that they were able to change locations like that and still put on a show, I thought that was very, very miraculous.
Yep. Okay, so is that good?
I think that's it. Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna wrap this up. I have I had one more thing to talk about. Can't remember it. It's all right. We'll save it if I remember it for another podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure. Oh, I just remembered it. Okay. Ben Watson just tweeted like the way Roger Goodell handled this, not responding to anything is terrible. Like he didn't even say I'm not gonna change it or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I think he needs to address it. I think what happened, he definitely needs to speak out on what happened.
I don't like. It doesn't matter if he's like, "Oh, I'm not gonna reverse it" or like anything, and he just needs to address that it was a bad call. He can't just sit in his office, not address anyone.
Yeah, let everyone else take care of it. No, he needs to. He's the commissioner. He's paid $50 million a year for a reason. He needs to like address those things.
Paid way more than the president. Like, come
on. He's paid 500 times more.
Yeah. So. Well, that's pretty much all we got today. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe. Turn on the notifications to get notified for every video. Make sure to hit the link to our Instagram in the description. This will be under the NFL playlist, which we also have the NFL and NBA playlist created if you missed an episode. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you next time. Peace.